Inviting us in on this Friday night. It's 11 o'clock, and tonight neighbors and witnesses are giving us new insight into the shooting today involving an IMPD officer. This was the 15th IMPD shooting in our city this year. We're going to get to that in a moment, but first let's break down what we know right now about this case. Police tonight are telling us they got the call this morning about somebody firing shots on Caroline Avenue. This is near 38th and Keystone. Now, officers say when they got to the scene, they told the man to drop the weapon. Now, at first they say he complied. Then he ran toward where the gun was on the ground. Police say they told him to stop, and then one officer fired a shot, hitting the man.
You know, our officers are trained to respond to the actions that are presented in front of them. That is consistent. What we are starting to see is a lot of these are basically what I said before. Our officers are faced with armed individuals who are not following the directions of the officers, and our officers are responding to those actions.
Tonight, IMPD is releasing photos of the gun that they say they found at the scene today. The suspect tonight facing charges of resisting law enforcement, unlawful possession of a firearm, and criminal recklessness. So here's what's next in this case. The Critical Incident Response Team and IMPD Internal Affairs are going to conduct separate investigations. The officer involved tonight is on administrative leave. That's standard protocol. Now, the Use of Force Review Board will conduct a hearing after the conclusion of that criminal process. And tonight at 11, our Chase Howell talked with neighbors who say they knew that man.
Scott, I spoke to several neighbors on and off camera who say the man that was shot by police kept to himself. One neighbor even telling me that he waved at her from his front porch this morning. Residents of a Northeast Side neighborhood were left with questions after shots rang out Friday afternoon.
I was sitting on the couch with my granddaughter and I just heard 5 gunshots. It was bap, bap, bap. Bap. That's all I heard.
Those gunshots are what IMPD says drew the attention of a neighbor who called police and explained the man behind the gun was acting erratic.
Well, the guy, he had a mental problem, but I mean, he didn't bother nobody. When I barbecue, he sits out on his patio and just be playing his music. He sit on his front porch and just be playing his music, but he don't, like I said, he don't bother nobody.
Police confirming family of the man told investigators he did have mental health issues.
A lot of what our officers are faced are dealing with a lot of mental health runs. Our officers aren't necessarily always equipped to be able to handle these. And so any agency, entity that is willing to step up and help take some of this burden off of our officers would be appreciated.
Tonight, the man is reportedly in serious but stable condition. Reporting in Indianapolis, Chase Howell, 13 News, back to you.
All right, Chase, thanks so much. So as I mentioned a moment ago, this is the 15th shooting involving an IMPD officer this year. Now, we've got extensive coverage of each of these cases online. There you'll find a map showing the dates and locations for each of these shootings, plus the names of the officers and the people involved. You can also access the links to each of our stories, all of it posted for you right now on WTHR.com.